Okay, so I don't know why right now at this time I decide that I'm going to try to make a video, but I am. Lots of things on my mind. Lots of things. I don't know don't know how to say them. Things that are in my heart, in my head, the way I feel. Sometimes I'm lost. I'm lost in my own body. I got 3 beautiful kids, one more on the way. I've got a wife. We've been married 3 years. We've been together 9. Live in a nice house, nice neighborhood. Things that I didn't know would actually be for me have became. And yet I still feel like I'm lost somewhere. Let's see. In high school, it started. I say this is when it really started. In high school, I was like a skateboarder. A little bit of an outcast. I was in a band. I play a little bit of guitar. Just a little bit. Not very good at all, but good enough. And what it is I come across this flag, this military flag, and I signed up for it. I sent away for the flag, and instead of getting the flag, one day a military recruiter shows up at my door, a Marine recruiter. I forget his name now, it's been so long ago, but I said, okay, you know what, I wanted to join the military anyways, and why not the Marines? I was thinking Army, but why not Marines? I was physically fit enough. I just didn't think my brain, I wanted to strengthen my brain, so I figured the Marines would, make me that mental toughness that I was looking for. So anyways, I go down, I take the test at the library with this Marine recruiter. He says, all right, you don't have to go to school tomorrow because we're going to Columbia, South Carolina, and we're going to take a test to see if you can, go into the Marines, take the ASVAB down there. And I remember signing the papers and everything, and my mom crying, my grandma crying. And then I remember going off, and I was with a buddy of mine, but he really wasn't a buddy. He was just somebody I went to school with, and they said he was going to be my buddy if we ended up making it. But anyways, he didn't make it through the first round. I got to spend the night, and the next day we go through, and then, long story short, I didn't get to make it into the Marines because my vision's so bad. I didn't realize that I have astigmatism so bad in my right eye. And they wouldn't take me. And I had even been in ROTC. I had done, lots of things for joining the Marines whenever I got out of high school. Just that happened a little faster for me than I had expected, and it just kind of blew everything apart. So after high school, I ended up moving to Michigan, and that's where I'm at now. But my eyes are to the point now to where I'm going blind. I went to the eye doctor recently, and I found out I have a disease in my right eye that they didn't diagnose me with at a younger age, but now they found that I have keratoconus in my right eye, and it's very scary for me. I'm a cook, and at work I have to read tickets, and we get lots of tickets all day long, and it's hard for me to focus, and now I just go off of shapes. I know our menu so well that I just go off the shapes. And there's a lot of things, I left my family in South Carolina, everybody that I know. The reason why I moved to Michigan, to get back to that, there's lots of things I'd have to say. This is just me documenting, I guess, things, because I don't know who I'm going to tell them to later, so whoever watches this is what it's about. I moved to Michigan because my mom was from Michigan. My mom's side of the family's from Michigan. And my dad's side of the family's from Darlington, South Carolina. And my mom's side of the family would come down every summer to Myrtle Beach and down into Darlington for vacationing. And she ended up running into my dad because my dad was a guitar player in a band called Cross Creek down in Darlington, South Carolina. And it just so happened that one of her cousins that lived in South Carolina was also, her boyfriend was in this band, so they ended up introducing her to my dad, and that's pretty much how they ended up coming to be. After she graduated school from Michigan, she moved to South Carolina to marry my dad, and so on and so forth. So military turns me down, so I said, all right, I'm out of school now, what do I do? So I moved to Michigan just to see what it was like here in Michigan, and a lot of wild things happened. Me being from the South, Darlington, growing up, just a country boy who skateboarded around town, to now I'm in a big city, and things that I never thought I would see, I am now seeing. And speaking of seeing, that's why I'm making this video, huh? It's because I can't see hardly anymore, but seeing as in seeing the world in a new way, as from being that sheltered kid who lived in the small town. I don't know, life has thrown me lots of different ways. And my mom died in '07. I'd been up here since 2001, and I hadn't been back home. I knew my mom was sick. My dad, he was pretty bad off, drinking all the time. And my mom was on oxygen 24/7. She had COPD, emphysema, polyneuropathy, hypothyroidism, or hyperthyroidism, wasting syndrome. She had all sorts of things wrong with her. And I just didn't want to accept that something was wrong with my mom. I wanted to believe she would be around forever. But anyways, I'm just talking to this camera, pointing it at nowhere. I'm also smoking right now, and I shouldn't let people know that. That's why I got the camera turned away. That's something I'm trying to quit. It's a hard thing. But if I'm going to be real on here, then I guess being real is what it's going to be. This is what I do. It's a cigarette. Here, I'll turn it around so we can see me now. I guess not. Alright. Well, I'll leave it at this. I'll leave this video hanging. I'm going to put it out there. If you want to see more, there'll be more. I'll talk more. It's kind of a depressing day, I guess. That's why I decided to make this depressing little video. Which it's not. It's going to be me completely. Alright, later.